Hello and welcome. I'm Trip. In this video, we're working on the 86 again. I'm still doing a track prep for this season. In this video, we're upgrading the brakes. I got some Brembos, got some new rotors, and let's see if we can get this thing to start better. These are used Brembos. I believe they came off a GTA 6 TRD edition. And I picked up these DBA brake rotors that were meant for the performance package. Since my current rotors, I have Stop Tech rotors on it already, but they're slightly smaller diameter. These are a little bit bigger. That's why I had to upgrade those. And let's get rid of these stock calipers. These definitely look a lot cooler. Okay, car's in the garage. I also picked up some new lug nuts to kind of bling bling. I got them to hopefully match my headlights, kind of. Not really. I wanted black, but they were all back ordered and out of stock, so what the hell, let's get these. I also picked up some wheel spacers. These are 10 mil spacers. Got those in hope for my RPF 1s, my track tires, wheels, to clear these. Since these are a lot bigger, normally they will not clear. So hopefully with some spacers, they clear. But my daily wheels, my Sparkos, should clear no problem without spacers. Okay, I got the car up, got the wheel off, you know, did the easy common sense things. Now let's dig in here. A few weeks ago to a month ago, I did replace the wheel bearing. When I was in there, I replaced the studs. So I have an extended stud in the front because I do plan on running spacers to clear my new Brembos. That's why I got those long thingies. Next I'm going to do is take this caliper off, which is pretty straightforward. Just two 14 bolts, millimeter bolts. And I believe that's a 12 for the line bracket. Okay, caliper's out of the way. I just went ahead and left it connected because I want to fit everything, make sure everything works before it disconnected in the line. Because last thing I want to do is put it together and something doesn't fit right, and now I have to rebleed the system just to put my factory stuff back on. So I'm going to wait on that. Next thing I'm going to do is take the bracket off, caliper bracket, which is just two 17 mils. Zap those off. Okay, now let's play with the new ones. These are DBA T3 400 series rotors. Not only do they fit this car, they fit the WXS TI. Don't remember what year off the top of my head. That's why there's a lot of different bolt holes in here, because it's for two different bolt patterns. This car is 5x100, STI is 5x114. So that's why all the bolt patterns look weird. These come with temperature indicators. These three paint lines, they change colors. Example, if the red turns white, I know I've overheated the hell out of these brakes. So that's nice to have. But before you put them on, let's clean them up. But while it's here, let's go ahead and compare the two rotors. This is my old StopTech rotor, which is nothing wrong with it. These are all good to me. But you can see how much the radius is larger here, and also how thick it is. Definitely a lot thicker. And flipping over, this gap is a little bit bigger as well to help cooling. So these stay cooler a lot longer. Let's put them on. Now I gotta figure out which holes. There's so many holes.
That's what she said? And in the future.
Rotor is on. I put one of my lug nuts on to keep it straight, so it's not fighting with me when I put my brand new caliper, or brand new to me. It's definitely not new. These two bolts for the bracket are 19 millimeters, so let's take those off and throw it on here. Hey, my Brembo is on. Pretty straightforward, and these were already scuffed up like this. These did come off a wrecked car. Probably should have painted them before I do it on. You know, just touch that up. Probably do that later. And now I know everything fits, it clears. Don't feel any binding or anything like that. Now I can hook my line up, which is, I think that's 12. Where's my 12? Is it you? Is it you? It's you. Okay, line hooked back up. When you're putting this caliper on, make sure your bleeding nipples are facing up. That's how you know which side the caliper goes on, because you want this to be the highest point for when you bleed it. Only things left for this side is to bleed it. But first, we gotta do the other side, which of course everything's identical, exact same process, so you don't have to watch that. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, well, before I put this on the passenger side, I just want to tell you, if you plan on doing this at home, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If you buy used Brembos like I did, make sure it comes with this bracket. You need this additional bracket for it to go on. Other than that, everything bolts right on, easy, simple. And for rotors, make sure you buy the ones that are for the performance package. If it doesn't say performance package, then I wouldn't get it. So double check that. And I'm currently going to use the pads on it, which I assume are just factory pads, but I do have some other performance pads on the way. They just haven't got here yet, which I probably won't put those in until I get to the track anyway. I'm gonna run separate pads between daily driving and track days, so these should be fine for now. Okay, the passenger side is on. Next is the least fun part of this project I think of, which is bleeding. I hate bleeding, one of those annoying things. So if you want to come over and do it for me, I'll wait for you. I guess I'll do it. Okay, brakes are bled. I had my lovely wife help me because my little hand bleeder tool thing decided to shit the bed. But now, test fit my wheels. I have 2 different wheels to make sure they clear the calipers. I have my RPF ones, which is all 17x9, negative 35 offset, I think, or plus. It's one of those offsets. And I have my Sparko Terras, which are 17x7, a little bit narrow. First, I'm gonna let's make sure these fit first. Which I already have my spacer on now, because I know I'm gonna have to use it. First, got my OPF ones on without the spatial because I just wanted to show you where it hits. See, these calipers hit the barrel right there, and that's not what you want. I think it barely clears the face of the caliper, just by a hair. Of course, I don't have these bolted down or anything. So now let's try it with the spatial, which is a 10mm spatial. Okay, I got my 10mm spacer on. As you see, I put a piece of cardboard between the wheel and the caliper to double check. See, it clears the caliper, which means it's not binding anymore. It is very close up there, so, but it does clear. Shouldn't have any issues. Now I gotta take this back off and put that one back on. Okay, got my sparkles on. You can see it's plenty of clearance there, but it is pretty tight on the face. It's not touching or anything. Oh, I don't have any legs on it. It wasn't touching, but it is very close. So I'm probably still going to run a spatial just to be safe on these. Okay, I put the spacer on, put the wheel on, put the lug nuts on, and she's got plenty of room for these, so it's awesome. So the only thing left to do is, well, I still got to put the lug nuts on the wheel and drop it down, take her for a test drive, and see how the brakes feel. Okay, I'm back from a test drive. Brakes did good. They stopped. There's no fade. Pretty sure I bled them good enough. You know, there's no sponginess or anything like that. So everything's a go. The only thing I will say is it doesn't have as much as a bite as my old setup did, but that's mostly, almost all because of the pads that's on it. My old setup, I had Hog HPS Pluses. These I think are just normal stock brakes, and they definitely don't brake as hard as my old setup. But I am going to fix that with some better pads. But once I get better pads, hopefully this setup will be better for the track. It will, I have a less likely to have brake fade. Like some of my longer track events, towards the end of the day, I start to get brake fade. Just the pads and rotors just getting overheated. So these calipers should, and also bigger rotors in general, should dissipate the heat a lot better. So should last a little bit longer on track, which is the main reason I went with bigger. I doubt they're gonna knock seconds off my lap times, but they will give me a little bit more confidence in the brake zones on how hard I can push for how long. And if you plan on doing the swap, I hope this video helped you out. It is a very easy thing to do, even though these calipers are a bit pricey on the pricey end. Of course, I would rather have a big brake kit, but these popped up for affordable price, so I jumped on them. I do still have the stock calipers in the wheel. I'll probably eventually try to source some Brembos for that. Just not a priority right now. I just hope the balance doesn't throw it off too much by having a lot of brake in the front and just a little bit in the wheel. But boy, do they look good. Look at that. Isn't that a good looking wheel and brake package right there? But my next track event is going to be at Good Life in Gingerman at the beginning of next month, beginning of June. So I will get the tester out there. I am doing Time Attack Street again. It is a smaller track, not as fast paced as NCM, or just has many straightaways, fast straightaways. So hopefully the car would do better there, since it's more of a good handling track and less super high speeds, which this car is not good at. So wish me luck though. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later. Peace.